We are live now.
We are live.
Hello, hello.
Hello. All right.
Not on my TV, you're not.
That's because there's a delay.
Yeah, there's going to be a delay. It's probably every bit of 30 seconds.
Yeah,
Oh.
about that roughly.
Yeah, it's not a big deal. Now we're live. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. So everybody, welcome. This is B&H Reptiles, our first live, and we are with the one and only Kathleen from Melusine Exotics.
Almost got it. You were close.
Melusine. There we go.
Melus. Just think like Melusine.
There you go. Just we'll blame it on the American accent.
I mean, I do speak French fluently.
Right. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the American in
That's
us.
impressive.
I can teach you all the curse words.
That's
Yeah.
fine. That'll work.
All you need to know is Christ Tabernacle.
Oh boy.
Good. It's
So
funny.
thank you.
It's funny because all the swear words in French have to do with like religious artifacts.
Really?
So Christ de Tabernacle actually means like the tabernacle of Christ.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
So what word is that?
A tabernacle is something to do, like it's a religious artifact. That's
But,
all I
like-
know.
Is it a curse word though?
Yeah. Like you would use it instead of the F-bomb.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and there's like colis, which is chalice in English.
Really?
Yeah, so like Christ's chalice, the Holy Grail, you know.
Mhm.
That's wild.
That's crazy.
Who knew?
Yeah.
So
French is so fun. Like even instead of saying like, last one there's a rotten egg, we say poulet mouillé, which means wet chicken.
really, kind of the same thing. I've heard it before from like older people saying it here.
Wet chicken?
Yeah, my grandmother used to say it.
Was she French?
I think so. My dad's mom. Well, Noel.
Oh.
My last name's Noel, so it's French for Christmas.
There, yeah,
But she always
there you
just
go.
said, you guys are gonna be a wet chicken if you don't get to dinner.
Look at that.
So
There you go.
you know,
Full circle.
yeah, right.
Gotta love the French. They have a way with language.
You know,
That's
They
awesome.
sure do. It's fun living in a French community, let me tell you.
how is it living up in Canada?
Woo! My ring light just goes. I mean, it's cold. So I live in a little area called New Brunswick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a very tiny province. Not very big. We're actually like kind of adjacent and north to Maine.
Oh, okay.
So if you take the northernmost town in Maine, I'm literally 5 minutes from that.
Really?
Maine?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, Madawaska, Maine. I'm like literally across the border from.
Wow.
And so we can cross the border in Maine and just come right over.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not right now, but
Well, no.
like one side of town like is literally Maine, and then the other side of town's Quebec.
Wow, that's crazy.
Huh.
Yeah.
That's one thing I am sick and tired of is this COVID stuff.
Let me tell you, I want to go to a reptile expo so gosh darn bad.
Oh, they aren't having them at all there?
No, Canada's shut down completely. Like they can't do anything.
Yeah. Wow.
Now,
Oh, it's a rat thumping. I'm like, what is that noise? It's a rat thumping. So if you guys, watching, hear stuff in the background, I'm literally sorting rats. Like as we're doing this, I had a big order come in today. So, and we're feeding, you might hear a squeal.
at least
you know.
got happy, healthy snakes.
Yeah.
Oh dear God. Like I'm watching one of them and he like in the background, like that's why it's pitch black too. And he's just like, I'm going to get you. And then the rat turns around and boops him and he's like, away, Satan.
Right. We have one that's like that. We've had her since August. She was like 1,100 something grams when we got her.
Mm-hmm.
The breeder was like, oh yeah, she laid a clutch in May. And I was like, oh, that'll be perfect because May, November, December, January, she should be starting to,
Yeah.
bowl wrap again and start to, grow follicles again.
Mm-hmm.
She's eaten 5 meals since August.
Oh gosh darn it.
I know. It's so disappointing.
5.
So we had one. The lovely Chris Ward of the Reptile Ward sent us a beautiful pastel lavender female, months away from breeding size, and it's also pied.
So
that pied.
full of dreamsicle.
Yeah. I've got a pied het lav male, like just raring to go, and she hit 1,000 grams right away as soon as we got her. Great, fabulous. We get to like 1150, 1180, and she's like, I'm done. No more. I'm good. We're not eating anymore.
Yeah.
And it's
like,
frustrating because like it's like, oh my gosh, I just want you to eat. Like I want you to be healthy and happy, but you're not even eating.
I want you to hit that breeding size so I can prove it that
Right.
pied. Like you're that close.
And
It's
she,
like
Mind you, she
Right.
just ate tonight, so I'm like, woohoo!
Oh, good.
because that's what she like. We got her in August. She like skipped all the way into September.
Mm-hmm.
Took a meal, skipped one, ate 4 meals like all in a row, and then hasn't eaten since.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, wow, you've got to be kidding me. And she's an Enchi vanilla, so
Okay.
like we could do something with her. You know, we have some. I wanted to do disco pastel Enchi vanillas, or try to get the combo at least.
Okay. Yeah.
And I thought they would look pretty cool, and I haven't seen a picture of one, so that's why I was like, oh, hopefully we can hit one.
Yeah.
I love disco. Disco is amazing. But how I learned about disco is my friend Mr. Shane Kelly
Mm-hmm.
had that disco clutch.
Yep.
And I'm like, gimme.
We bought a Gene X het pie pastel male from Shane. I think it was Shane Clutch.
He's a lovely human.
He is. He has helped me or us tremendously.
Yeah.
I mean, he gave me his cell phone number and was like, bro, if you got any questions, call me anytime.
Oh, there's stuff above me. I just harass him on Instagram and other various forms of social media. I don't even have a cell phone number. I'm going to have words with you, Shane.
It was a couple weeks ago, and I was like, look, man, I got a bunch of questions, and it's easier if I just call you. Do you mind if I call you? Instead of texting, because I don't have time for texting right now.
I hate texting. I'm like, let me call you. I even made a phone number like on an app that's an American phone number so I can talk to like my friends in the States.
Yeah, that is one thing you have done is made a lot of friends and put your name out there.
Mm-hmm.
I love meeting people. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to be like
I'm
that.
not good at that.
I used to be like it, but now I'm kind of more closed offish. I work a lot, so when I get home, I don't have time to, well, to me, I don't have time to sit on lives for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. And spend time
I don't, but I do.
Right. I mean, I guess I could always play it in the background, but me, I can't do 2 to 3 things at one time.
Oh, I thought you meant like do a 3 to 4, 5, 6 hour live yourself. I'm like, my current record is 5 hours with Tom with Atypical Origins.
Well, I'm sure
wow.
I'm sure we could do one. Our very first one we did on the Iron Animal Show was 2 hours and 58 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, I love them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That
they're
was
fun.
That was awesome.
That was.
Oh, they're so nice.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Justin, because Chris is Iron.
Yeah.
But Justin with Justin Animal House, his wife Trish, like love her.
Oh yeah, she's real nice. But I just
We're mermaid buddies.
we have 3 kids, a baby that's
Same.
almost 17 months old. So it's a lot going on in our house at all times.
How old are your kids?
11, 6. How old's Asher?
Like 1.5.
Yeah.
September.
Oh, you guys got to get that 11-year-old and 6-year-old helping you out.
Oh, they do. But then it's when they're done, they're done.
Yeah.
Oh man, see, mine is Scarlett just turned 7. She has autism and ADHD, along with ODD as well, which is oppositional defiant disorder.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Dean, who is 2.5. We're pretty sure he's on the spectrum a little bit. I mean, he runs in a circle and sings E-I-E-I-O all day long. Lights are on, but nobody's home, if you catch my drift. He's adorable though. And then the baby is like 13 days away from wait, is it 13 days? Yeah, 13 days away from turning 1, I think it is.
So you had the last 2 back to back. Close to
Listen,
it.
I found out I was pregnant 4 days before the first one or the second one turned 1.
Oh wow.
Yikes.
I was not happy.
No.
No, I wouldn't have been either.
Because it was Canada Day, and I was like, I think I'm pregnant. John's like, and I'm like, everything's closed on Canada Day except for like the dollar store.
The
And
dollar.
I'm like, you get yourself to the Dollarama
Right.
and like find a pregnancy test for $1. I don't care. I'm gonna like do this.
I need to
Shiznit.
find out.
I need to find. He's like, you're not. It's all in your head.
And it's like, well, I've been pregnant 2 other
When
times.
you know,
I
you
think.
know.
I'm like, yeah, all in my head.
Uh-huh.
Sure, look at that. I think he still thinks it was all in my head.
Right.
And I mean, she's walking around. Oh, I mean, speak of the devil, look who's here, Iron Dog Reptiles.
I know.
I saw that.
Hey. And J&J's.
And Matt and Erica with Young Constrictors. Love them. They have some interesting stuff.
And who is that?
Matt and Erica with Young Constrictors.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I've seen
Yeah.
them around a lot. I've never actually had a chance to talk with them.
Lovely, lovely people. I had them on a live.
Maybe we can put them on one too.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
All right. Put in the good word.
Yeah. We will.
Hopefully when this one goes good, we'll, more people will hear about it. And we'll have
It's
fun.
me. It's not going to go well what you're talking about.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Good place.
So how long have you guys been breeding? Oh my God, this isn't even my show.
Oh, but no, that's fine.
Go.
Like,
Here we go.
We want to throw questions back and forth and everything. It's so much easier.
Oh, I did this on Brian's live. Like I took over the show.
No, you're fine. Please help us any way you can. This is our first year breeding,
Ooh, me too.
so it's exciting. I mean, we're like we were saying, we started small.
We actually started off like not even planning to breed. And then it just went from 1 to 11 snakes. And now we're where we're at. Now we're at 13 actually.
Yeah, because we bought 2 more
Yeah.
last weekend.
Yes,
what
I seen
about
that. I seen that.
Yeah,
The unboxing. Well, 'cause
unbagging.
it wasn't really an unboxing because you guys bought them from next. I watched that one.
They're really. One of the first snakes that I saw that got me really interested in the ball pythons was a GHI Mojave.
I love GHI Mojaves.
And so we found a GHI Pistavi,
Mm.
and I was like, babe, we've got to have it. And we were buying cinnamon het pied anyway. And, and we were standing there at the table talking to the guy, and she was like, you know what? If you can throw that one in for the price we got it at, she said, I'll buy both of them. And like my heart was like, oh, I knew why I love this woman.
So who got into the snakes first, or was it like a mutual thing? Because I know it took me some convincing.
I've always wanted a snake, but he started doing like a bunch of research and like watching people. And then he was like, I want to get a snake. And I was like, hell yeah, we'll get a snake.
But then she kept going, well, we'll get one eventually. When the time's right, we'll get one. So this went on for like 8 months, mind you, right?
Not really.
Well, it was like from December. So I was like, can I get one for Christmas?
Oh, yeah.
Mind you, not even like really thinking about, oh, it's cold. I'd never be able to get one shipped anyway. But then she was like, yeah, we'll get one eventually. We'll get one. And so then finally when June hit, or into May, she was like, I was like, oh, hey, I found this really cool looking one. Can I order it? And then she ended up letting me get it.
Yeah, John just kept like wearing me down to the point that like if he wouldn't shut up until he got it.
And see,
So yeah.
y'all are everywhere.
I mean, okay, so what happened was he wanted one and he went to the point of messaging a breeder without telling me, looking for one. And then at the time deemed it was too much money. I mean, literally, it was like a $450 snake. So, like, we know this now that was not too much money.
Right.
And then
Right. But like,
he was like, I just want, this is my dream snake, blah, 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 blah. I want a snake. I want a snake. I want a snake. And I'm like, I'm just going to fucking buy it for you for Christmas. Like, I'm done. So then I messaged this lady, not realizing it was the same breeder. I just knew what, like, morph he wanted. And she's like, oh yeah. She's like, yeah, not a problem. Like, I'm trying to get it for like my boyfriend. And she's like, oh, that's nice. And I was telling her, you know, like, his name's so and so. She's like, oh my God, he messaged about me about this exact snake like months ago. And I'm like, oh,
Oh, that's
Really
funny.
really?
that is funny.
But I bought it. And then one became 3 pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, listen, we're going to start charging them rent. Like, nah, like, it's not going to stop. So then I start learning about morphs. I found out about Freeway. And I was like, I need that.
Yeah, I definitely get into Freeway really bad.
John messaged Billy at Mutation Creation, sent him an email, and was like, look, we have this, and this. Well, this, and this. And the girlfriend wants to make, you know, super pastel freeways and super pastel leopard freeways. Like, this is what she wants to do. And Billy's like, all right, here we go. This is what I got. And that was my first snake, which was a female asphalt.
Right. So our first clutch, the female literally just pre-lace shed on.
Oh, it was probably less than a week ago.
Yeah.
It was this past week.
Yeah. One day during the week.
Yeah.
And then, so she is a normal, which I'm pretty sure she's a normal. She just got some little wonky pattern going on. And then, the male is a Puma, possible vanilla.
Okay. As I'm sitting here, like, now Googling what Puma is.
Puma is yellow belly and spark.
Ooh, intriguing.
But the difference with him is he's very, like, white. Very white, and most Pumas that I've seen are very orange. And I'm kind of leaning on the side that he probably is vanilla since he's so white in color and he's got a lot of lavender hue to him. So hopefully we can get some yellow belly stuff going on in there, even though he's already got yellow belly.
I'm Googling it so I can see what they look like. That is intriguing.
And so I really want to get some asphalt stuff.
Asphalt is so nice.
Yeah, you guys say asphalt and we say asphalt.
It's because asphalt and asphalt are 2 different things.
Really?
Actually, yeah, like the stuff stems from, like, we use some type of, like, different material or something, and that's why we say asphalt. But
I got you.
if you get the asphalt gene from Canada, it is Canadian lines, and therefore it is asphalt.
Okay, so if and when we can buy an asphalt from Canada, we'll get one. But I know.
Oh yeah, and I would like, if you're going asphalt, because I have asphalt from Billy and other people. We'll just go to another breeder, and trust me, get Billy's.
Oh yeah, so
it's out of this world.
If I'm going that route and I'm getting an asphalt combo, and I'm going to pay that expensive money to import it, I might as well spend money. Might as well get a snake that's $1,500, so that way it's worth the $500 to import it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get just a $200 snake to pay $700 to get it here.
Yeah,
I'd rather spend a little extra cash.
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't imported yet just because it's gosh darn expensive.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we can find somebody around here who has one. Or
actually, in the chat, we'll be working with it. Max with Interstellar. He's got asphalt that he'll be working with. He bought, I think it was a banana asphalt Firefly or something along those lines from ALP Morphs.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and April, she was on last night. She did some amazing stuff with asphalt this
I mean,
in 2020.
because it's when you have a yellow belly and an asphalt and you stick the two together, you can't tell one from the other. But what they make when you put the two together is amazing.
Freeway is like I've never seen a freeway in person ever.
Really? I haven't either.
No, love it. I have a shot at it. What are those rats doing in that box?
I want to know. So, how many clutches are you expecting this year? Or would you like to have this year?
So right now we have paired 3 females.
Okay.
So I have 3 females paired right now. One is looking super promising. So we're crossing the fingers. She's no longer interested in breeding. She's tightly coiled. That would be my Mr. Crystal female. So she went to a clown.
Oh, wow.
We want to make those special het clowns.
Oh, yeah.
So got that on the go. I have a pastel mystic who is of age and a proven breeder. We're just starting to she's just starting to show signs.
Mm-hmm.
So she'll be paired soon. If I can, well, now that she's eating, hopefully in a month or so, once she's steadily eating and starting to go, showing signs and stuff, couple months, I'll have the pastel lavender posset pied female.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We also have a pastel het lavender female who will be ready this year.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 1, 2. I think that's 4 or 5 right there. And we're actually doing a split clutch with Mordex ball pythons up in Ontario.
Mm-hmm.
I did a live with her on her own. She's the one who produced that Wicked Stranger that Chris Ward has.
Oh, okay.
I'm doing a split clutch with her. We're lending her a Banana Fire proven breeder female I bought. We're lending her that, and she is putting it to a super OD. And by the way, my proven breeder Banana Fire's female. We're putting it to her super OD, super Enchi, leopard, het pied banana female maker male.
Oh, wow. Well,
Aussie OD.
Wow. That'll be awesome.
I'm gonna get Aussie OD in my.
I think everybody should have a little OD in their collection somewhere.
I have OD. I want Aussie OD.
Oh yeah, there's a difference between just OD and his OD. But
John, can you grab that box of rats and put them away now? Because they're going insane. Sorry, I'm yelling at him.
Oh no, you're fine.
We're still getting rats put away, guys. It's classy over here. We had to drive 3 hours one way, pick stuff up, and then it should have been 3 hours back, but we had to make stops because we also do delivery runs. So, yeah.
Luckily, we have a guy 15 minutes from our house that we found who breeds rats, and he also started breeding snakes too. So he's a pretty cool guy. So he's really close, and it's nice to know that if I need something, I can just run over there at any time and get it. But I know what he feeds them. I know what they look like. I know where they come from. So it's not like I'm just getting anything from anywhere.
Yeah, and that's the best part. Is that the baby box? Can I have the baby box? That's the best thing about breeding your own rats.
And we feed some frozen dogs, so he'll freeze them for us.
Yeah.
And then if I need live, I'll pick them all up the same day. We'll spend.
Yeah, and that's what I love about breeding your own rats. Is I know what goes into them.
Yeah.
Even buying a whack alive at once.
Mm-hmm.
And just growing them and stuff. I know what I'm putting into them.
Right.
So it's not that I don't trust my feeder company. They're fantastic, but it's just an extra added comfort. Right. I'm so glad at this little holdback.
So cute.
It's actually a blaze. So that stripe, that white stripe, it's a blaze.
Aww.
But it's kind of this brown coat too, little female. So she's just a little pup. So I'm going to keep her and hand raise her.
She's cute.
She's not food. I always order extra because I know I'm going to hold stuff back.
Oh yeah. Once we're gonna buy a house later this year, and once we buy a house, hopefully we'll find something and we'll be able to really get moving. Our house is small. We don't have a lot of like storage area.
Yeah.
So I was lucky that my fiance let me take over her closet, and so I have a big female rack in there with the 3 females that we have. 3 over 1,000-gram females.
Oh, nice.
But we have more females. They're just all grow-ups. Like our very first snake we bought, she's probably at like 680 grams now. So she's moving up. She's going. That's just a pastel Mojave. It was the first one I found, and I was like, oh, I want it for my first snake.
Oh, nice.
And then
I
we
love
just have a normal het pied female we got. Then a het desert ghost female.
Oh, I want desert
Het
ghost.
pied. But yeah, we're going to get into more desert ghost.
Yeah.
I want desert ghost.
Yeah. What if you could have like any morph? What would you have?
That I don't have right now?
Or do you have like your favorite, like absolute favorite?
My absolute favorite morph is leopard, hands down.
Okay.
Straight hands down. So what I love about leopard, it's like it does something different with every combination.
Right.
So how it reacts in pastel is different than it reacts in lesser. It wonks out pattern. It brightens. Like, it's just amazing. It's one of my favorite jeans.
Yeah.
I say that I am a leopard. I'm bright and I wonk out the patterns. But I absolutely adore it. That's my favorite codom. Like, single jean codom, love it. If we're talking about morph, I'm going freeway. Freeway. I adore it. I adore it. That's like my goal. If I can hit a freeway this year, which there is a chance I can, like to be able to hatch out and hold my first freeway that I've seen in person is something that I produced.
Yeah, it'll
like,
make you feel complete.
That would be awesome.
And
yeah.
I hope you can get that.
Yeah.
I don't think she's gonna go. She's not promising. Like,
and that's how it is with our OD female. Like right now, she's 1,700 grams probably. We haven't weighed them yet this month.
yeah.
But in November, December, she was bowl wrapping. She was slamming food.
Mm-hmm.
She's been locked 7 times. 7. Still slamming food.
Yeah. I mean,
But I can
never
feel. I can feel follicles, but it's like, is she gonna just be different than other ball pythons and just eat up until she ovulates, or is she just still?
Now, do you guys have like an easy time seeing all that stuff? Because I don't know if I'm just stunned and a newbie, but I keep calling it like witchcraft and voodoo because I don't like. I see the bull wrapping, but I'm like, I don't know if they ovulated. I can't tell. Like.
Right. Well,
this is all hard for a season. I'm just over here grasping at straws and like praying and just sticking the mail in with nothing more but a hope and a prayer.
Right.
All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing.
Dylan with D's balls. I thought you were a mermaid. I am also that. I am a lot of things. I am complex. Very, very much so complex.
Yeah. So we're pretty much,
I mean, I think we saw one of ours ovulate.
Nira, which is the normal female who's grabbing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because when I came home from work the night that I thought she ovulated, it literally looked like she swallowed a football.
Well, I was telling, like last night I was saying, because Brittany Gobble was saying it looks like you swallow a football. And I'm like, but one of the females right now looks like, not like a football. But you know those like cartoons where you see they take like the snake or the frog and they put like an air pump into it or they blow it up and like turn into blue? That's what she looks like. But it was only like a day.
I think people may over exaggerate how long the ovulation is, like how long the body, because like it was literally like this big, like that far, that like just that big of an area.
But John and I are going into this first season. Part of the reason we bought the proven breeders as well is they know what they're doing.
Right.
They've done this before. So it's a lot of observation and testing out the waters. If we get clutches this season, fantastic. But if we don't, I'm just learning this season. I'm testing things out. We're sticking things in with the male and nothing but a hope and a prayer.
Yeah.
So if we get stuff this year, great. If not, it's a learning opportunity this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm not banking on that. I mean, I would love to have clutches because I need to hold back every gosh darn female I produce. Because we're a little bit male heavy.
Oh yeah. We were getting there for a minute, and then we got a couple more females. So now I think we're pretty, like more where we wanted to be than where we were headed.
Well, the Puma was sold to us as a female, but turned out to be a male. So that's where we ended up with an extra male than what we were expecting.
I've had 2 snakes come to me as male, and they be females.
I don't have that.
We did have one actually that was a male.
Oh.
We were told was a male, and then turned out being female. But she actually passed away, and we don't even know why. Like one day we went in there, and she was just stiff
as a board.
Yeah, and it was just out of nowhere. It was so random. She was a spinner blast. She did have spider. I don't know if maybe that had something to do with it because they say. Well, spiders.
That's one thing that is not talked about enough.
Yeah.
That you think everything's going to be perfect, and you buy these animals, and here goes my ring light again. You buy these animals, and it's not.
No, and
absolutely no.
These YouTube people, and that's what I'm trying to do with our YouTube channel, is make it transparent and show everybody the good, the bad, the ugly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've talked about it. We've had loss, like we started in April, and there has been stuff that has been our fault that we shouldn't have done. Like we had snakes that were coming in like a week or 2 before we moved, and then we moved them.
Yeah.
So that's 2 transportations super close. And we ended, these are little snakes. These aren't like big snakes. These are these guys just got established and they're ready to go. So and it sucked, and I should have fought more with the breeders and see if they held them to after the move.
Yeah,
we got mites. Literally thought 1 room away was enough for a quarantine zone. Mites can travel up to 150 feet.
Yeah.
We've been there.
Found that out the hard way.
Yep, we've been there.
We're quarantining. This is our quarantine room. Our whole basement is animal central. We've got an office that is quarantine area. We've got snakes in there. We've got snakes in our reptile area as we're renovating that. We've got a landing with rats in it. And I'm this office is great. We can have all the quarantine animals down there.
Yeah.
No, it was not. It's right beside the reptile room. So guess what? It came in with mites. Perfect. I did a treatment anyways.
Yep. I mean,
it hit my collection in 3 days.
Yeah, we've had that happen, and those are a pain in the butt, dang it. And luckily we were able to get rid of them. And but it takes work to do that, and
especially if you have a big collection.
Yeah,
we had 8, 9 snakes at the time.
Yeah,
and
I can't imagine having more than that.
So John would come home from work, and I would sit there, and we'd feed the kids and put the kids to bed. And this is 8 or 9 o'clock our time by the time they're asleep, and then we're down in there until 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah,
going through 20 some odd snakes, right? Yep. Treating. Because we're dawn bathing them, then we're treating them, then we're putting, paper towel down, and, we're treating the bin too and letting that dry because you want it to dry.
Yeah.
Before you, and we're sitting there, it was a good solid for the first round, week of being down in there that long.
That's where it's really important, and and maybe we even need to do a YouTube video about it, about having a schedule and sticking to it.
Yeah, we tend to try to go down every night for Sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's a couple hours. Just depends on what's to do down there.
What's your standpoint on handling? Like how often? Like we like to handle our snakes. Like we like to hold them and let them run through our hands like they're pets. You know?
It depends on the snake.
Yeah.
I have some like I won't touch them. No, it hates me.
Really?
My Mystic Crystal, if anybody follows me at all, my Mystic Crystal and I have come to an understanding that she's a see you next Tuesday, and I will not touch her because every time I do, she goes at me.
Really?
But then I have like my Ivory, and that thing is the sweetest snake. We call her the party trick snake. Like if you're at a party and want to show party tricks, like that's the snake that comes out to see someone. Yeah, that's the snake you want, like to show people it's a nice snake.
Yeah.
And then
it's obvious. Like we can. So I like watching Brian Barczyk. I know there's a big stink about it. People like him, don't like him. I like watching him. So, our Pastavi, I sent him a video how he likes to have his big retics come out of the cage and bite the rabbit. So our Pastavi, if I have a rat, I'll hold it up out of the top of the tank and she will fly out the tank and grab the rat and then yank it back down. But like she will come out half her body length out of the tank to get it.
When my Mystic Crystal is building and gets that food aggression building mode, she doesn't see the rat, she sees you.
Oh boy.
Oh yikes.
So that's when I take like a receiving blanket, because I mean they're useless to children, let's not even lie.
Right.
And I kind of like use that to like distract her, like,
kind of like a
ole. Yeah.
Like a bull.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of use that, which they're actually really good if a bearded dragon decides to go for a run.
Really?
Yeah, you toss it over their head and
They'll stop.
yeah. We got one boy who's super sweet, but if he hits the ground,
He's off.
he turns into this feral monster, and it's so funny. It's so funny. Like we have some, you take it, like they're super sweet. You take them outside for some fresh air and sunshine, and they turn into a wild animal.
We got a bearded dragon from some friends of ours.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you like what other kind of reptiles you have too.
I have 5 bearded dragons.
I wish we had
That's actually how we got started, was bearded dragons, and we were going to breed them, and then I got pregnant and I didn't want to pair them until after I had the baby. And then COVID hit a week after I had the baby.
Ouch.
And then I'm like, I'm not pairing because I don't think anybody's going to be able to afford reptiles during a pandemic. Boy, was I wrong.
Right.
Absolutely. And so we have those, but we're not going to do that route because baby bearded dragons
Take a lot of work.
are insane.
Really?
Like, oh yeah, they'll actually eat each other.
Really?
Oh,
They'll bite each other's like legs and toes and arms and limbs and stuff. And I'm like, no, I think I'm good. I'm gonna pass on them. So they're just pets now. I have Cuban false chameleons.
Oh, those are so cool.
I have those. I got 2 juveniles right now. They're actually the male's showing like, hey, how you doing, lady? And she's having none of it. She's like, I got a headache.
It's that time of the month. I don't feel like it.
Yeah, so but that's promising. I've got those. We have an older leopard gecko situation. He was at the pet store. That was the first reptile, and I was like, that dumb newbie who was like, I'm going to rescue it.
We got 2 leopard geckos.
Yep.
We had 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's cool. I love him. His name's Crowley. But I mean, he was in rough shape when we've got him, and he's kind of like just stayed at that level of I'm not a healthy, super healthy, like, you know what I mean?
Never went back up. He's just always kind of stayed.
Kind of like, yeah, since we got him.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's still with us, and we do what we can for him, but it's hard to say where it's going to go.
Yeah, we had one. Our first leopard gecko we got, she ended up getting crypto.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it just like came out of nowhere. I think she might have had it from when we got her, and it just affected her.
Yeah, I don't know.
Eventually, I mean, we cleaned her tanks like once a week and constantly cleaned the poop out and disinfected it and all that stuff. So I don't know.
Yeah. Trying to think. I got those. Oh, I have Mississippi map turtles.
They're cute.
I love them. They're 2 little boys. They're 15 years old.
Oh wow.
They were abandoned by their owner, and the owner's mother was called, and she got them. And she called her friend who ran a cat rescue, and her daughter contacted me because I was down the street from her, and we went and got them. And they are awesome, and I love them, and I adore them. They were not given proper UVB, any of that stuff, so they do have some pyramiding of their shells. I mean, Mississippi map turtles, they do have bumps anyways on their shells, but they do have some slight pyramiding.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they have grown phenomenally since we got them. Like, when I got them, they were about the size of here.
So
And these guys are 15, and now they're like the size of my hand.
when they should be a lot bigger, probably.
Do I keep? Yes, I do keep my young constrictors. Just asked if I kept my Mississippi map turtles in aquarium. Yes. So I bought secondhand from someone those big pet store aquariums you used to see, like the big ones. And I took out like the dividers, and it's like a big 100 and some odd gallon tank.
Oh wow.
And we keep it opened. We don't cover it.
Right.
And it's huge. And we taught them how to swim, and it really helps with the humidity in the reptile room.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Having all that water.
Yeah, I don't have to worry.
That's the problem we have here. Like Maryland, it's humid in the summertime, but it's dry in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to constantly, and plus it's in a closet that in our house is old, so it's not insulated very well. So
Yeah.
I have to constantly run a humidifier to keep it at 60% humidity.
Oh yeah, get a turtle tank.
And then I wish I
Add
could
that to
keep
my
it
closet.
in the
Yeah.
closet.
Get a turtle tank. We'll just rig it up somehow.
Right. And then I constantly have to mist the tubs just, to keep the cocoa moist.
Yeah. Ours are on paper towel.
Your ball pythons are?
Yeah, or not paper towel. Well, they're on flyer and paper towel. It's a combination.
Okay.
Just because the humidity is really high in that room for the turtle tank. Also, I'm super paranoid because of the whole mite situation.
Yeah.
I am super paranoid.
If I see poop, if I don't have like a bag, I'll grab it with my bare hand and throw it away. I just want it out of there.
Yeah.
Now, like with the females that are breeding, I will leave the urates in there because it helps them stay calm.
Yeah.
But if I see poop, I'm taking it.
Yeah, I just clean around them.
Yeah.
We're just like, we're going around you.
Yep.
Right now.
Because I think the poop is the only thing that really will create mites.
I have no idea. I
hear they just come, like they get created from poop sitting for too long, and then it creates the bacteria that makes the mites, and then that's how you get it. It's like,
no idea.
I have no idea, but that's what I heard.
No idea. I just know I'm super I've been super paranoid to begin with. We nix everything that comes in through the door, and it's still just.
It's still happening.
So now we quarantine on a different level of the house.
Yeah.
So we actually are, as soon as these guys are finished eating and digesting, they have officially upgraded from quarantine to down into the lair, or the critter cave as we call our basement.
I can't wait till hopefully we can get a house with a basement.
I can't wait to finish setting everything up, and because we're revamping and renovating everything.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to get Wi-Fi down there and get everything revamped to the way I want it. Because we're kind of filming as we go, the whole thing. And we're going to do like a big reveal.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
But I also don't want to do lives down there because it's 85 degrees.
Yeah, so you'll get hot and humid and sweaty.
Yeah. And I'm one of those like very fair people that turn bright red.
Right.
Thank
So-
you
It's
so much
not
for
attractive.
coming.
Thank you, Kurt. Appreciate it. Now, what do you use belly heat or do you just use ambient?
Ambient.
Okay. So I keep the room at 81 and a 89 degree hot spot.
Yeah. So
because it's it's still a closet and it doesn't have good insulation.
yeah.
I don't want to have a heater running constantly to keep the heat up.
Yeah. So ours does kind of, but ours on a thermostat. So when we moved into this house apartment that we're running, we found out after the fact that the portion of the basement we wanted to be the reptile room had no heat in it.
Oh.
So Kathleen got the bright idea of going on the Canadian version of Craigslist, which is Kijiji, and buying a used electric fireplace for $40, thinking, it's fine, that'll work, it'll emit heat, it'll set
Right.
the mood for the snakes, who doesn't find an electric fireplace sexy?
Right.
Obviously, this will look sweet. So we get here, move in, get it going, and boom, it's going up to like 85, 86. And I'm like, so this room also, my bun, when it's all the way up, touches the ceiling. It's short ceilings.
Oh wow.
So I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And I remember Billy. Billy does crowdcasts for certain tiers of his Patreon.
Yeah, I've been in one of them and I just never get the notification to watch after that yet. So
yeah. So I was in it and I watched, and he was asking questions, and somebody mentioned about heat or something, and he said, try ambient. And I'm like, okay. So I get a question for you because I didn't know ambient was a thing. And I'm like, I told him exactly what was going on. He's like, seriously, try ambient, pull the heat mats.
Huh.
And that's what we've been doing. So
because like the back of I guess they still have, a gradient range of where they can still that's good enough.
And what he said too is it's going to be warmer in that bin than it is on the outside.
Right.
So I mean, it seems to be working well for us.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
And because like I noticed like with a lot of ours, with the way we just bought a sea serpent rack, and the way that I've noticed is a lot of them spend a lot of time in the front and on the sides. Okay, see you later. Thank you, really appreciate it. Anyway, what was that saying? I forgot. Oh, yeah. They spend a lot of time in the front of the tub.
Yeah.
And when they eat, they go to the back where the heat tape is. They'll spend 2 days there, and then they're
mine just plop wherever. Like,
they're
good.
I don't know how much they move around at night, but they always end up right back in the same spot.
Yeah.
I will say though, I miss having all the animals on the first floor, on the same level. We went from a 2-bedroom apartment with 5 of us and all the animals to like this 4-roomed. Well, no, if you're counting all the rooms, it's like 7 rooms plus storage house that we're renting. Right. And I like with littles during the daytime. I can't leave my 2-year-old unsupervised so I can run down to the reptile room.
Right.
No, I can't. Like, he's stripping off his diaper and standing in this window behind me, which is on the main drag of town, flashing everybody his penis.
Oh, boy.
So,
well, that's
there's a car dealership across the street. Like, I can't leave him for 2 seconds.
Yeah. Well, that's like one day I was watching our son, and so I'm just out here chilling on the couch, watching some TV, watching some videos on my phone, and I look up and I see my son walking down the hallway with the brand new snake that we just had shipped in. I'm like, bro,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? And he found a way to get into where we were quarantining her at.
Yeah.
Dumped the tub, took her out, and was carrying her in her hand. He looked at me and was like, "Huh?" Like, here you go, Dad. I did something good.
Oh yeah, the day I found out he could climb out of his crib, was in the old apartment, the 2-bedroom. So remember, everything's in like the living room. I mean, we had reptiles, and even in my daughter's room, my oldest's room, like they were everywhere. Found out he could crawl out of the crib because I come in and he's throwing his goldfish crackers into the turtle tank.
Oh boy.
I literally took the dog out to pee.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, give me the strength.
Yeah, right.
Like,
All the time.
yeah.
So,
Yeah. Meanwhile, the baby doesn't even know what a reptile is. Like,
No, he does.
No.
I mean, he's not even 2 yet, so he's getting there. Like, he likes to look at them, and he likes to sit in the snake room with me. But he more aggravates me than he does help me, or just he won't just stand there. He likes to go in and unlock all the tubs, and then I think I get them on. Then I go in the morning and I find one that's escaped and is sitting behind another rack somewhere.
isn't that always the way?
Yeah, like it. Yeah, I got a good scare one morning. You see a 4-foot snake.
Yeah, I woke up in the middle of the night and I heard something and I was like, there's something in the
there.
closet.
It's so funny, your first escapee versus like how many numbers one. The first one, like I was paranoid. I was worried she's going to hurt herself or get lost. Like we were taking shifts sleeping because I wanted to get her found. It took us a couple days. We found her, and I was literally laying on the couch with my head kind of like this on the arm, and all I can feel is something go by my head.
Oh no!
And John's sleeping on the other side of the couch, and I threw something at him. I'm like, grab her! I don't want to spook her. Yeah.
We had two escapees, and one was under a couch, and one ended up under our fridge.
Wait till it escapes and finds its way into another snake's bin.
Oh boy!
And locks with said female.
Oh no!
Oh no!
And it is not a planned pairing. And it is your 7-year-old's pairing. Or your 7-year-old snake that paired it to something else.
Oh boy! That's
We're going to be playing Maury, who's your daddy this year.
You're the father. No, you're the father.
Yeah, well, it's a clown.
Oh boy!
That's it. Yeah, to her snake's a female pastel, but she had put it previously to my Mojave Asphalt. So if anything comes out normal or pastel, it's going to be like crap.
Right. So what is your, I know we're, getting late here, but
that's okay.
What is your, what do you prefer? Would you prefer having visuals or hets to make your own visual?
I'd rather make my own.
Yeah, that's how
because I do have hats, and they're from people I trust 100%.
Right.
But I also am poor.
Yes.
And I can't afford to buy a ton of things.
No. It's
so I'd rather make my own hats and be 100% sure it is
right
hat and invest that money in one visual.
Oh yeah.
Type deal.
Yep.
Says the lady who has 2 lavenders.
Hey, it's okay. But that's one thing I want to get into is lavender. But we're doing pieds for our first official projects when it comes to recessives. I want to make G-Nex pieds, and then I want to make G-Nex Desert Ghost pieds.
Mm-hmm.
So.
I got a male visual pied. I got 2 pastel lavenders, so 1-to-1 pair. We've got a male clown downstairs. I have some hypo stuff.
Mm-hmm. I like hypo. I'm still learning like what all these genes and which ones can go together, which ones can't.
I was Googling what a puma was.
Right.
Like
right.
I sit there. If you ever see me like look like this when I'm on a live, it's because I'm literally Googling what someone tells me.
Nothing wrong with that.
And I'm like,
I don't know if like hypo and Desert Ghost can go together.
Yes, they can.
Right, which I'm not sure, and I'm still learning. Like,
They are insanely bright.
right.
They are amazing.
But my biggest thing is just trying to figure out what's when you have like how do people see what's in certain things? Like how do you visually how can you see that it's whatever, you know what I mean? Like
Yep.
how do you see leopard in a black snake, or how do you see
Right.
how
Yeah.
do you see like 6 genes in a white snake in
Yep.
Wow.
I can't even tell half of my half of the freaking single morphs on its own.
Yeah, it's tough.
I'm like, it looks like a norm.
right.
I'm still learning, and that's the thing is I'm really good at giving this advice because it gets told to me all the time. I'm really bad at applying it to myself. You're learning. Don't kick yourself.
Right.
It's these animals. Some of these morph changes are so subtle that it's hard to tell.
Yeah, it really is, especially if you get, two allelic animals together.
I don't know how many people have come on the show and walked me through het pied tracks. And I'm like, oh, I can see them. I can't see them. I'm sorry, Chino. I know you sat there for like 20 minutes and taught me. I still can't see it. I can't. I'm like, I don't understand.
Our one het pied female doesn't have tracks on her tail, but she does have 2 blushed spots on the back of her head.
Yeah.
Which I do know is also a marker.
I can spot a ringer. And that's only because my snake's ringer, and it's not even a het pied snake, but my snake's ringer, he looks low key, low pied.
Right.
Low weight pied.
Yeah, our cinnamon, this new cinnamon het pied we got, she has a ringer, but it's not like it's not white. It's just where the pattern is gone and the color's real blushed out.
If it wasn't feeding night, I would have made John, because John's actually awake, go grab it. Literally, it's got a solid white band on it.
Yeah.
That's about that big.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It looks low white pied.
Huh.
Actually, Clint's Reptiles, we're playing this funny game, and I was like, guess the morphs, Clint. And Clint Laidlaw from Clint's Reptiles, who is a very intelligent man, thought it was pied.
He thought it was pied, a low white?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, is it het pied? I'm like, nope.
Not even het pied.
He's like, what is it? I'm like, it's an OD, Cine Enchi, fire or vanilla.
Wow. Yeah, see, we don't have any real heavy combos like that yet. We just have a couple, a lot of single stuff.
Yeah, we kind of did the simple stuff for the females and when we first started buying, and then got the male powerhouses.
Yeah, I think that's the route we're going to start going. But again, this business or industry.
Cat, this is not Chris Wood's channel. Get off.
It's it's a marathon. It's not a sprint. So.
No, I try to buy strategic too. Like I like my females to be supers or allelic supers or visuals of some sort.
Right.
But not to be crazy. Like I have an ivory female, I've got a Mr. Crystal female, I've got a super pastel Inchi. Like I've got female pastel lavender. Like I like that. I've got a super fire coming that's possible banana, possible OD, possible asphalt.
That way you're all whatever it's going to have what you want.
If I don't have
to have.
Hey, get out of the rats, you stupid cat.
Cat's hungry.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, well, the cat's mean. The babies are beside me on the couch. As you know, John's still putting them away. But if I don't have to play guess the morphs and I know exactly what's in it, woohoo!
Right.
That was the best piece of advice Billy gave to me was like invest in those supers or the allelic stuffs if you can, because if you don't have to play guess the morphs, you're like you
already know it's going to be one or the other.
And so I've taken that to heart. So,
and that's another thing, like maybe it's just because we're new and I've tried reaching out to like certain breeders, but maybe it all takes time. to try
So-
to find like a mentor to help guide us in the right directions of what to buy, what not to buy, where we want to go, where we shouldn't go.
So you guys kind of it ties into that what you're saying. You guys say like I'm everywhere.
Right.
There's a reason.
Yeah.
Kathleen was smart. Kathleen bought a lot of Patreon memberships.
And see, like, it's tough because like our rent's high, our bills aren't high, but like
I hear
costs a
you
lot of
right
money.
now. I had to actually cancel like all but one Patreon right now because like we've got a $700 power bill.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's
I mean-
cold in Canada.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
wow.
we were behind on our electric bill. I don't know. I guess I forgot to pay it, but like, we had to pay like $400 but like our rent in our house is $1,500.
Yeah, like ours is $850, but our power bill's like
Right.
$700.
So you end up in the same spot.
Yeah, but I know there are some lower tiers that are just a few dollars.
Like,
So what I did,
Billy's $10 one.
yeah. So what I did was I joined Billy's first, and I joined for the smallest tier I could that gave me Discord benefits
Right.
because one, I wanted to meet people, and two, like it's all about like learning.
Yeah.
So Billy's Discord is fantastic there is a lot of knowledgeable people there.
Oh yeah.
That's where I go to if I have a question. Well, not right now, but normally if I have a question, I drop that in there because there's Jean-Francois from Adopt a Ball, like Billy's in there. Like it's insane.
Oh yeah. I've had a lot of people help. With the NC Vanilla female, like I've tried everything like they have recommended to get her to eat, but
Yeah.
just not wanting to eat. I've put her in a smaller tub. I put a hide in there.
Yeah.
I've done all kinds of things. She's just not eating, and I guess she's just on strike. And I don't know. So
Yeah.
but there is a
So
lot of smart people in there.
yeah, so I did that one, and Billy's benefits are great. The second one I joined, which that's like one of my favorite. Sorry, Billy, but it's one of my favorite Patreons of all times. And I'll lie to him if you tell him this, and nobody here repeated, is actually Brian Cusco's.
I love Brian Cusco. I love his channels. I've talked to him a few times on Instagram.
I will deny this because I roast the crap out of him, but he is one of my favorite humans.
Yeah,
Aw.
he is.
But I will deny that
Very nice.
to my grave that I ever said that. He's like an annoying older brother.
Yeah, I hope one day I get the chance to meet him, and he's a lot of his videos have helped in more ways just when it comes to snakes, but with being a person and what I've gone through in life and some of the things he's gone through and that he's talked about.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I remember he asked me to come on, and I was just like, why? Like,
Right.
why? And he's like, don't make me be nice to you. Like, do I have to repeat myself?
Aw.
And I'm like, fine, I'll come on. And then I got him to sing Backstreet Boys, and it was great. It was the best troll moment ever of my life.
Aw.
Like that moment lives in my head forever. He sang the
Right.
Backstreet Boys, but his Patreon is fantastic. Christopher Sexton, right now, who's in there in the chat, he is another one of my favorite people, and that's how I met him.
Uh-huh.
It's like a big family in that Patreon. Another good one, and he has Discord too. So I always try to find like breeders that have Discords.
Yeah, because it seems like a lot of people talk really openly.
Yeah.
Agreeable.
I had joined Will Moreau's of Royal Canadian Reptiles Patreon because he is another lovely human that I quite enjoy, and he's one of those people. He doesn't care who you are. If you have a question, he's gonna like take the time to answer it.
Yes,
like-
that's the problem with not a lot, but some big breeders and certain people who in
He
their
may
mind-
not get back to you that second, but he'll try to.
Right. well, I've noticed even with us, I've reached out to people and they just kind of like brush you off, just because they may not
Tell me names later. I'll
Yeah.
help.
Um,
We'll blast them. No, we won't. But yeah, like, so I joined his and he didn't have one. I didn't have a Discord. And then I literally made him a Discord.
Oh wow.
So
Cool.
yeah, so that one's a good one too. And Will does a lot of like the business stuff too behind it.
Mm-hmm.
So like I met some fantastic. Oh, Christopher Sexton made a great point right there. Discord has all the positives of the Facebook groups without the drama of power hungry mods and armchair experts.
Oh yes,
For sure.
I got kicked out of a. I had a Facebook
Oh,
group.
Dave Kaufman's. Dave Kaufman has a Discord. Myself, Sage, and Aurora from Aurora Exotics. Us three, we got that started up for Dave Kaufman.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's
Yeah.
very knowledgeable.
Oh yeah, I'm still waiting for him to come on my show. Like Dave.
He's very, very smart. But yeah, I had somebody kick me out of a Facebook group for just disagreeing with their stand on something.
Yeah, Facebook groups are the devil. I don't bother with them anymore.
No, it's not even worth it.
No, but
You
yeah,
get the same
like
questions asked. Why does my snake not seem happy? Because I don't. Why can I have my humidity go up? Or
What morph is this?
Right.
It's a normal.
Right.
I mean, it could be a super normal. Like, why are we to judge, guys? Why are we to judge?
Super normal wild type.
I mean, some of them look the same.
Right.
I'm one of those people. I can't see stuff. I can see stuff better in combos than I can when it's on its own, though.
Yeah, sometimes it's tough. Sometimes,
Yeah.
I had to buy the cinnamon to know what a cinnamon looked like.
That's also my thing, that I am a very visual person.
Yep.
And I need to see it in my hands.
Yep.
And a lot of these morphs I don't get to see unless I buy them.
Yep.
So
A lot of them I can't afford to buy, but hopefully I will one day.
I know. I mean, you could be like my daughter and try to buy a freaking puzzle female off of Wilma Rose for $15 because she thinks that's what the market value is on them.
That's funny.
And I made him be the bad guy. It was
And tell her no, it's not going to work that way.
yeah. He said no, but he'd sell her a snake shed.
Oh,
And she's just like, tell him I am 7 and I will get very cranky.
oh boy, that is funny. That's cute. I could see Sadie saying something like that.
Yeah.
My kid's awesome. Like this kid's she's gonna eventually have her own little YouTube show where she interviews snake breeders and their kids.
Awesome.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it'll be pre-recorded. It'll be fun.
I've heard.
Yeah, Matt, I'll send you the link later for Dave Kaufman's Discord. I need to be more active in that. I think I'm in 11 Discords.
Really?
Chris Ward from the Reptile Ward has a really fantastic Discord as well, and that is actually free. It has nothing to do with Patreon or anything.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Maybe I'll message him. I've messaged him before, but it was just about a snake or asking how much it was to like export.
He's another one of those ones that I will deny I said anything nice about. But I adore Chris. He's, again, one of my favorite humans. I will deny that to the grave.
What I need to stop doing, as knowing I'm a breeder now, is stop wasting people's time. I know it aggravates breeders. Just asking them about a snake or something, or ask them a price of something without the real intention of buying it, but then like, oh well, that's out of my price range. Like I should have just known that to begin with.
Oh God, I do that. I still do that because John and I make decisions together, and I am so bad with market value that I literally be like, "Hey, look, listen, I'm Kathleen from so and so, first hobby. Let's have a conversation. I was just wanted to get pricing on it so I can discuss. I also have to get pricing before I can tell John anything, or he has a heart attack.
Yeah, he will have a heart attack.
And then I usually end up having a really nice conversation with the person. So
yeah, it's probably easier to start conversation than ask pricing and other things. But I know sometimes I hear him say, "Oh,
yeah, it's one of
I'll
Antoine's.
get back to you because I gotta ask my wife," or
Right.
Yeah.
I prefer to use the term business partner.
I say the boss. I call him my boss.
John's not allowed to make snake purchases.
Yeah.
And I have told everybody that. So everybody knows if he's to message them, he's there to say no.
So he's the one that wanted to get into the snakes, but now you're the face of it.
Yep.
Wow.
So I took control of it completely.
You just fell in love with it, didn't you?
I'm a biology nerd. So my favorite thing about biology is genetics. If I was smart enough, I would have become a geneticist. Like I love to draw Punnett squares, and it's ball pythons are geneticist's dream. Because it's like you're stacking genes, there's recessives, there's codons, like it's duh. So usually like when you see couples, it's usually the man in front and then they have the stuff they're doing, and then it's the woman in the back handling like the social media and like all this stuff. It's still kind of like that. Like Ice help with the animals too, but he does a lot of it.
I need to learn to step back a little bit, not be so and let Hannah come with me and us come together and not more, because she likes to be involved in my problem is I like to talk.
Yeah, that's me.
John
hates people.
I
like,
will over talk her.
Person.
Yeah.
John hates
I gotta learn to let her come up a little bit and let
And I mean, John still has like he has a bromance with Tom with atypical origins. Like, they fight about Mojave all the time.
Really?
Oh yeah, like he's what?
No fighting involved. I'm right and he's wrong.
John says there's no fight. I don't know if you guys could hear that.
A little bit.
Okay, yeah. John says there's no fighting involved. He is right, and Tom is wrong. Oh God. But yeah, like John's not a big fan of being on camera, and he hates people as a whole. He's not a people person. Like we would be at an expo and he's going to be like, no, I'm done. Like you go do things. I don't want to see humans.
Right.
And I'm going to be like, stare my just walk around.
If I go to an expo, I want to buy something and then I'll throw a grown man tantrum till I get it.
Mm-hmm. But with that being said, I am better financially with stuff. So I can also keep hold of like our household expenses and the snake expenses and stuff like that. So I handle a lot of the business side of it. And I mean, again, I do help with the animals, but John, it's a lot. John as well. He enjoys them a little more than I do.
Oh yeah. Hannah will help me a lot with the animals because, like I said, she gets off at like 4 p.m. I don't get off now. I won't be getting off till 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So,
well, usually when the kids go to bed, that's when we get everything done. Like I said, everything's down in the basement. Like I don't have the 5 minute, like the 10 minutes to run down there during the day.
Right.
So when it's in the evening, and that's kind of like our chill time. Like we go down there and we relax, and like it's a sauna. So I mean, you get your sweat on.
And that's like what I was saying earlier about going, like even just watching a bunch of lives or podcasts and stuff. Like I want to spend time with her and my kids a lot. So like I feel like if I'm watching them and I'm involving myself in them and talking a lot, I'm taking from them.
So Scarlett is my oldest, is obsessed with the reptile hobby. That's part of the reason we kind of went into it as hard as we did as well, because she took such a liking to it.
Right.
She downs as much reptile content as I do,
wow.
If not more. Shane Kelly calls her his number one.
Oh, that's cute.
If I hear her sing Brian Cusco's Last Clutch of the Season one more gosh darn time, like, yeah. So she knows these guys better than I do, I swear, and I think they like her better than me. To be honest,
Scarlett.
I mean, she's adorable. She had a live on her birthday.
Oh, that's cute.
And like big names were popping by. She's out. She will tell you she's out for Billy
I hope one of my kids take a liking to this as much as I am into it.
Brian Barchek told her to start a 5 gene recessive project, and then I thanked him a bit, and we had a whole conversation. He's like, "You need to bring her down to the Reptarium."
That's another one I want to meet, and that's unfortunately one of the people I've reached out to, him and Jay, and they will not answer me back.
So the trick with him is you kind of have to catch him in a live. That's how So he was on a live with Billy when Scarlett and I got mentioned. Scarlett had her first confirmed lock, and they mentioned that. And then Billy and Chris were actually explaining how old she is. You know, she's 6. And like Brian Barchek was like, "Whoo, doggy." And then Billy's like, you don't understand. This child tells her mother that she is out for my blood. And so I mean, and then I was talking to him about it afterwards. Thank you. I tagged him in a post where she reacted to it because it was past her bedtime the next day, and he loved it. And like we've had a conversation when Brian Cusco's snake passed away, Sunset. I know they're close, and I messaged him and I was like, "Hey, it's Kathleen with so and so. I don't remember me." And he's like, "Oh yeah, how are you?" And asked her Scarlett was, and I'm like, "Listen, this is what I'm doing for Brian. I know you're busy, but I know we're both good friends with him, and I just would appreciate if you did a clip." And he's like, "Thank you for involving me in this." Like, he is such a nice human being. Like, I was one of those people that was neither here nor there for him. Like, I just I don't know.
That was an awesome video you did for Brian. I mean,
oh my God, I was literally asked Chris Ward. I was editing up to like 10 minutes before the live. Yeah. Like I'm sitting there, I'm like, compress, hurry up.
Like I was looking at it, like I was looking at him, and she looking at me. I was like, no, I'm not crying. You're crying.
Try editing that. Oh, I cried so much.
Aww.
And like I messaged Brian Cusco after, like when he was talking, like when he posted the video and stuff.
Yeah.
And me and him had like an hour-long conversation, just texted back and forth, just about that and other things and stuff. So that was cool.
Oh, he like I said, as much as him and I give crap on each other, if you watch that live with Chris Ward when we did that, I popped in and he was like, "Oh, here we go. Let me prepare for this. You're going to be mean to me."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "No, I'm not."
Yeah.
Mike, I agree with you on that. Hannah and the kids, they will look at the rats before we feed them. Mike and like they're like, they make me like want to cringe because I'm like, why do y'all look at them? They're food. Like, what are we gonna have now? Am I keeping a pet now? Like,
so my child knows the criteria of what we keep back for rats, so she's fine with that. But she likes to pick out what rats she's going to feed to her snake.
I just whatever my guy gives us, that's what goes in there. But then she's like, "Oh my God, he's so cute. He's got big ears. He looks like Dumbo Jr." And I'm like,
have you thought about breeding your own rats?
We will. I put a number on when we reach this number. If we start spending more than $80 a week or every 2 weeks in rats, that's when I feel like I need to start breeding my own.
Once you get into the teens of snakes, I highly suggest it.
Well, we have 13. We've bought 13, and
it's
we have
time.
12 in the house.
It's time.
I just don't want to do it like when we're renting a house.
We're renting a house.
Like it's already like.
I'm renting.
Well,
I get you.
I don't know.
If my landlord sees this, we're evicted. You know what I'm saying? Like if he comes by the house at all, we're evicted.
Yeah.
Like I have a big, huge 2-car garage that I can make a beautiful snake room, and I can't because I'm not allowed to build or add to it.
When we moved up here, I was trying to find apartments, and people were like, "No, I don't want snakes." Or one was actually like, "I don't care about the snakes. I just care about the rats." Mind you, keep in mind that we're 3 hours from the closest drop-off spot for feeder breeders. So I'm like, I gotta breed rats.
Right.
And we finally found this place. He didn't care if it's the reptiles or the rats. He was more concerned about the cat and dog.
Really? Well, see, but what's funny is I even looked in our lease, is it doesn't say anything about having snakes. It just says no cats or dogs as pets.
Yeah, you
So-
should be fine.
Loophole.
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 Right. But like I said, we're hopefully going to buy a house this summer or fall. So
I mean, I'm not against breeding rats by any means.
we just don't have anywhere to do it right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a soft spot for certain rats, so I try to pick like one holdback from every litter that you can like force all that love
Right.
onto, like you would spread out amongst all these animals onto that one animal, and like a female, like I'll usually hold that female back
Like
and just
some of
force
the-
my love onto it, so then I have no problem. Like, all right, cool, you need to eat. Cool, we're
I
done.
think they're cute until they get up to like breeding size, and then they're just like ugly.
Okay, so my rats are so well trained that the door didn't clip properly because we use cages. We use big cages. The door didn't clip properly, and they were able to open it, and they escaped. They escaped to the top of their cage and just chilled.
Really?
Aw.
Yeah, and then literally John went down, and there they were, and he's like, "What are you guys doing?" And they run over to him like, "Hey, Dad."
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
What is your position on ASFs?
African soft furs.
Yeah.
I mean, we call them winter white African mice up here.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
guys allowed to have them?
Not allowed. No,
Right.
they're not on the list. I mean, there's still people that do. I haven't had to use them yet, so I'm kind of like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I haven't had to use them yet, so I'm not gonna mess with them unless I have to.
Yeah.
We tried one time for the Enchi vanilla female that wouldn't eat, but she didn't want nothing to do with it, so I said nope, never mind. That's a waste.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm neither here nor there for them really. Like, if you got to use them, go for it.
Right.
I just don't have them myself because one, I'm too poor to spend $21.99 on one ASF
No.
here. They don't have rats here, but they have ASFs.
Right.
Winter white African mice, like, come on. But I don't need them, so why would I? I haven't used them yet. So I haven't had to yet. But if I had to, I have no problem. I think we're looking at possibly getting 1 to 3 little colony of them.
Just to have just some things.
I think I want to try it out.
Yeah. I know they're
See what they're like. I mean, if it doesn't go well, I just cull them. Like,
right. Yeah, and then feed them off and whatever.
feed them off to a fantastic eater who has no problem.
I don't
Right.
and see, like, I haven't had to call a rat yet, and man, I don't know if I can do it. I don't know if I can bring.
I don't like it. I don't, but I do it.
Yeah, I guess. If you have to,
I don't like culling. Personally, I don't like culling anything under the age of pup.
Oh yeah.
So John will do like the weans and up, and I cull differently than he does. So I usually do like CO2.
Uh-huh.
So that's how I cull them, and then John just grabs them one at a time and does like holds the head down and
Yep.
dislocates that, the cervical dislocation, just done, over with.
Yeah.
But we don't enjoy it
No. Right.
at all. But I mean,
No,
we'll do it. Like,
If you have to.
yeah, I mean, that's how we do it. We go into the racks, we grab one rat at a time
Yeah.
and feed them pre-kill because I hate wasting frozen thawed rats. I hate it. I hate it.
Yeah.
Because that could have bred for me.
I've wasted a lot of frozen dog rats.
So that's why we want to get into some other snake species that will be garbage disposals for
I'd like to get an indigo.
Eastern indigo. I'm really leaning towards that someday. I mean,
They're cool. They're a little
it's-
wild, but they're cool.
they're like $2,500 up here.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So that's far away.
But I also want a monitor. I've always said I wanted some type of monitor. I don't want.
Don't say that too loud, or John's going to be over here talking about monitors.
I wouldn't mind having like. I know they have a couple different species of like dwarf monitors where they're a little bit smaller, like an Ackie.
Like Ackies.
Yeah, I don't know if I want an Ackie though. I know they have a couple more in between, like a Savannah monitor, but they're a little wild.
So I was actually talking on it was a chat thing on Clint's Reptiles Discord, and we were talking about because John wants monitors. And he's like, I would suggest if you're getting into that, just start with Ackies.
Right.
So, and I trust Clint like 110%.
But yeah, like
So,
Mike from Pedals and Scales was saying that Tego. I'd love to get a Tego too. They're really cool.
an Argentinian black and white.
Yeah. I've even seen like blue and white ones. They're like real pretty.
I like the black and whites. I'd be happy with that.
Yep. I mean, I'd be happy with one, and I don't care what color it is.
Yeah.
Give me a green one. I don't care.
Ooh, bedding. Rat bedding, what I use, and this sounds so weird because they're talking about bedding in the chat and it just distracts me. I use this kitty litter, and it's actually newspaper pellets.
I don't know. You know, I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's what I use.
I know you want to keep a lot of dust down. I know they can create a lot of dust.
Yeah, and a lot of times.
What's that stuff them guys were using? That hemp bedding?
I have. Yeah, I think.
I think that's expensive.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I
just use. It's literally newspaper pellets. Like they take newspaper and recycle it and turn it into pellets.
I think Pedals and Scales would say the same thing. Pellet bedding.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, but this is like, it's not like wood pellets. It's
Right.
newspaper.
So it absorbs pretty good.
Yeah, it works pretty good. Helps. Like I have really bad allergies. Like I'm not even gonna lie, the rats kill me, but they're so fun.
So, well, I want to say thank you very much for helping us and being on our very first live.
Yeah.
Not a problem. I like popping people's cherries. It's so much fun.
Well, we take it as an honor.
Yeah, I want to see more stuff come up. Like I joined some more Discords. There's some Patreons.
We'll do
There's
it.
Benny with Jacked Morphs has a Discord you don't need like Patreon for too.
I'll message Chris and I'll find out. I'll see if he'll let me join his and
He lets I can
or
no.
let's join him.
Yeah, message him. It's really good. Yeah, like my best advice, because this is what I did as a newbie, and I mean that's how I met some amazing people, was Patreon.
Right. But we also gotta get your Instagram followers up.
I'm hoping to hit 1K by the end of the year.
You've got to do it. We'll have you at 1K before June.
Well, what am I sitting at right now?
900 and something. You were at 923, I think, earlier. 9 something.
I don't think I was. Yeah, I'm at 956. Ooh, I was at
Okay.
942 the other day. Yeah, 956 today.
Oh yeah, you'll be up to 1K in
Before
no
you know
time.
it. Yeah.
I like what? Oh my god, there was an insane days that I hit 500, and like literally 2 days later, I hit 600, and that was because freaking Will from Royal Canadian Reptiles gave me a shout out, which led to Miguel from AEP, Always Evolving Pythons, to follow me, and then he gave me a shout out.
Oh wow.
And like literally, it was like I'm dying here. And then I had a whole conversation with Miguel, and I'm like, hi.
Yeah. I mean,
Dying.
Have a good
But
night.
don't be scared to reach out, though.
no, I just need to, and I just, we just got to do it.
Yeah, like I used to get really nervous when I first started doing my podcast. Like, even though I was on Billy's Patreon and I had a conversation or two with him, like I felt like I was bothering him.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
I felt like I was bugging him.
Yep.
Like I didn't want to bug him. And then as I got to know him more, I'm like, you're just coming on. Like I sat there a couple weeks ago and I'm like, enough's enough. You're coming on. Pick a day. So he's on Wednesday.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
So we've
Awesome.
actually never like usually when we've chatted, like he's on a live or I'm on a live, we're never on together at the same time. So it's going to be fun. I'm gonna bug him about his stripper days.
Well, we're gonna definitely be there to watch that one. That's for sure.
Yeah.
How many breeders do I keep? Like rats? How many breeders? Like rats? I like to keep 3 to 4 females per snake.
Oh wow. I guess that way you always know you have enough food.
Mhm.
Well, the guy we buy rats from, he's got he's got like 7 racks with 5 trays in them. That he has.
Yeah, I mean, we do it a little bit differently when we started. So it all started with one fuzzy that the snake would refuse to eat.
He's trying to be hurt.
So we aged it up. Oh my god, that's I literally fed this fuzzy, like hand raised it, like woke up every 2 hours and fed it.
Really?
Yeah, and then we got it a friend because they get lonely, and then that turned into more. And I'm like, well, if we're just may as well let's just start breeding them. We got more and we got more.
Yeah.
And then we were producing our own litters. And I think when we were comfortable, we were at like 15 or 16 snakes, and we had over 60 females. And we were comfortable.
Oh wow.
We were comfortable. Like we very rare. It was only like if like we had I don't know, we were one rat short and had to go into the freezer to grab a frozen thawed. Like we were pretty comfortable.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Start selling some that would I wouldn't mind that.
And what's helpful too is because of the way we raise them, like because we have kids and my oldest loves to play with the rats, we're really big on temperament. We cull anything that does cannibalism. Like it kills another rat and it's done.
Right. You don't want to keep breeding that.
Some people will let them cannibalize their first litters and let them have a second shot. I don't.
Yeah, no.
You're done.
Let that go.
You bite me. And I don't mean like, oh, I went to grab like a piece of food from your hand and accidentally bit you. I mean like full out, I bit you. It's gone.
Yeah.
Like we're done. I don't care about chewing. I don't care about chewing because they're all in cages. But I mean, we're really picky with temperament. Yeah. So if we get nice males that we're not holding like back for breeders and are just really nice temperament rats, I'll actually sell them as pets for $10.
Really?
Yep.
Well,
I'll sell them and that'll usually cover, if I can sell, 4 or 5 of them, that'll cover the food and the bedding for the month.
Oh yeah,
wow.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So, I mean, I have no problem. I will sit there and you can be food, you can be food, you can be food. I'm really picky with my criteria of who I'm holding back.
Yeah, you were explaining that earlier about.
Yeah, they need to like, if I need to rub them on their cheeks and they need to like make their little like happy noises because that means they're happy. It's called bruxing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it sounds like they're chipping. They need to be super sweet and not skittish. I'll call skittish ones because if it's skittish, if it has a litter and it's already skittish, it's most likely going to bite me.
Right, or it's not going to take care of it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've had a rat accidentally bite me because I went to offer her pup back because I was looking at it and she missed the pup and got my finger. But she let go as soon as she realized, and then went and hid because she felt bad.
Wow.
But I didn't call her because she just missed the pup and got my finger. I was just like, here's your baby back.
Oh, that's cute.
It hurts like a mofo. Do not get bit by a rat.
Sure.
No.
Well, I want to thank you very much for doing this with us.
Not a problem. I want to see you guys do more stuff.
Oh, yeah, we will.
I want to see you guys start reaching out to people.
Yeah, we definitely will.
Your homework. By the end of tomorrow, I want to see 3 messages to well-known people. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, seriously, look at some Patreons.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will.
Like-
I'll join Brian Cusco for sure, and then we're already in building.
That is a super big family, and like it's not what you think a Discord would be.
So it's a little. It's more everybody joking and a lot of fun stuff.
We have Cards Against Humanity night.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
It's fun.
That does.
It's fun. There is some serious stuff too, but it's that like it's a big family. It's an absolute Christopher Sexton. Why are you on here? You're supposed to be romancing your wife on a freaking vacation. Like get.
Well, we appreciate you being in and watching and hanging out with us. That's for sure.
Yeah. No, it was fun. Just reach out more. Like do some Instagram lives. Do these. Like don't be scared. Don't do what I do because I have really bad imposter syndrome. Like I don't think I've earned
Right.
any of this. I think it's just a fluke. I don't like I've worked hard to do this, but I feel like I haven't earned it in the same right.
Right.
Like I give good advice about this stuff, but I don't apply it to myself.
Oh
Yeah.
That makes sense. I mean, I'm the same way when it comes to certain things. I just have
Too much.
I just always had this feeling
My girl.
like that I'll never be good enough for people to want to buy something from or to want to interact with.
Yeah, Antoine said something to me the other night, and it put the fear of God in me. He's like, "You're going to do really well when you have hatchlings because you have yourself so out there right now." And I'm like, "Oh my God, that is pressure."
And what was so cool is I was watching his live yesterday, or his video he did yesterday, and his live he did a giveaway thing, and we weren't even in it, but I was watching anyway, and he gave us a shout out, and I was like, "Oh man, that's so awesome."
Oh my God, he's so cool. Reach out to him. He'd do a live with you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He is such a funny human. Like I love him too. And he felt bad because he wasn't feeling good the night of our live, so he wasn't up to his usual
Who's laughing about?
badassery.
Oh my God, you're something else. You're wild.
Is there anybody you guys fangirl over? Like,
Snake people?
yeah.
I'm sure. I mean, like I'm sure, like a lot of people, if I saw like Brian Cusco or Barchick or something, yeah.
Brian
Like, one time
Cusco.
I commented on his Brian Barchek's. I commented on one of his posts and he liked it, and I was like, "Oh my God!"
Oh, Brian Cusco.
No, she was talking about Barchick that time.
Oh, Barchak.
Yeah.
Fangirl over Brian Cusco. Oh, wait, it's Sunday. I don't know. Yeah. Brian Cusco's okay. I mean,
It's just because I respect them and I look up to them and I watch their
Yeah,
videos.
he
and, like,
really likes.
it's
Cusco.
stuff. It's when I see their stuff and it's like, oh, that's what I want to strive to be as a YouTube person or something.
true story. I joined his Patreon and became friends with him before I really watched his videos.
Really? I've been watching them for a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I've been watching Barchicks for 2 years. For 2 years.
He's seriously a really good human being. He gets a lot of notifications sometimes. So it's not even that he is ignoring you, is it gets lost in the shuffle.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. He's popular.
Like the day he followed me, I almost pooped my pants.
Wait, which one?
Brian Barchak.
He followed you?
Oh yeah, he follows me.
That's crazy.
Just
think I'd be like, what?
I died. Like Miguel, I died. I died. There's still some people, it's not even that I fangirl over. It's just you're so into the business that I can't believe you follow me. Oh my God. John's snoring on the floor.
Oh no.
I have to go wake him up because we have to finish getting rats away. There's a little box of baby rats sitting at my feet, just chirping away.
Oh no.
Oh my God. I still have things to do. Where did he go? Did he just leave?
We had to pee.
Oh, he's not like Brian Cusco and peas in a jar during his shows.
No, I drink too much Mountain Dew for that.
Because, that was not a fun thing to find out.
No, I saw him do that, but it was entertaining. It was entertainment.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I don't have much respect for him anyway. So, but he lost whatever respect.
That's fine. Well,
No, thank you guys for having me
I know
on.
you're tired,
Of course.
and I know you're ready to go and feed some snakes. But thank you so much for doing with it.
Finish feeding snakes, and I got to go to bed. It's 11:40 p.m. my time.
Oh my
All right,
gosh.
so you guys are an
John's
hour
sleeping
ahead
on the
of-
floor.
You guys are an hour ahead of us. It's 10:40 here, so
Yeah, where are you guys at again?
we're in Maryland, so we're right on the East Coast, right in the middle.
Okay.
So
We're down
like,
a couple states from Maine.
yeah, we're so
like
like you have
six-
Okay.
Maine,
Yeah,
New
yeah.
York, and Pennsylvania.
Yeah. I'm thinking of my American geography.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're
We're
literally,
kind of like down from you. Not
like
too
directly
terribly
down.
far.
Yeah.
No, that's not.
I mean, it's probably a good 15-hour drive, but
You think?
oh yes. I mean, it's,
Hold on. Let's
Yeah.
go. This Maryland.
Do Newburgh, Maryland.
Or you
Okay,
can,
hold on. Edmundston. In a town called Edmundston. NB to Newburgh.
Yeah.
NEWBURG.
All right, Maryland. Google Maps this. 14 hours, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you were right.
Yeah, that was close.
I hate when he's right.
I'm same. Yeah, you're way down.
Yeah. Yeah. And people
I'm
don't-
about a 10-hour drive to Billy's facility.
because he's over like near the middle of Canada.
He's
right?
in Ontario. Not really. He's that's more of a different province, but he's in Toronto, like he's in the Toronto area.
which is
which
like
is in
up from,
Ontario.
like, Michigan and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
I believe. All right, let's end this because people in the chat are like, "Bye, guys." Wait,
All
you're
right.
still talking?
Right. All right. Well, thank you
All
very
right.
much.
Thank
Hope you
you.
enjoyed
No
it.
problem. Bye, guys.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Thank you.